Hello, beautiful sacred souls. I am Auji, and this is Sacred Libra, where we talk all things Libra. Okay, so Libra, how are you guys doing? Make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you like this video if this reading resonates with you. Okay, Libra, how are you guys doing? I got my sage burning over here. Let me just clear this energy. Oh, I love this thing so much. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. All right. What messages do we have for Libra? What messages do we have for Libra? I want to say happy birthday to all the Libras out there. Stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. Set your sights higher. You have the empty well. It's time for you to replenish something. Time to replenish. Some of you guys could be feeling full, like feeling like really, really full. For some of you guys, you could be running on an empty, running on E. That's what I feel. You have Jude Web connectivity. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have crown games. Let's talk about it. Crown games. There's a limitless possibility. There's something running empty. You need to step back from something and replenish it. Okay, it's time for you to replenish. It's time for you to rest and recover. Okay, also something has run out. Okay, you have Jude Webb. You're more connected than you think to a certain situation or a certain someone. There's more connectivity than you think there is. Okay, everything is happening right now for a reason. Everything is much more intelligent, okay, than you could think they are. Let's get into this. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a tiny sliver of what's actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Okay? So basically, I feel like some of you guys, you're getting into this position where you're embracing opportunities that come towards you. Okay, saying yes. I feel like this has a lot to do with you saying yes to your life. It has a lot to do with you saying yes to the things that come in contact with you, and yes to new experiences, and not letting things get in the way. Not letting emptiness getting away. You have, here it is, empty well. Nothing here, time to replenish, diminishing yourself for another. The empty well reveals that there is nothing here for you. The well is dry and the desert is encroaching on your once fertile garden. It is time to face this harsh reality and move on. Give gratitude and thanks for the abundance you have experienced, and let spirit guide you to your next destination. This might mean saying goodbye to someone or something, or insisting that changing the rules of the game. Stop diminishing yourself for the sake of another. Making yourself small will not produce the results you want. There is a lack of reciprocity, of give and take. The empty well tells you that it's time to reclaim what's yours and return what does not belong to you. The shadow cast in your direction are not of your making. You do not need to react or respond to them, as they are not real. Simply shine your light upon them and see how it dispels them. Okay? So basically, you're at a place where there's nothing here. You realize that you have been putting water in something that's not going to grow, wasting your time. Some of you can feel like you are wasting your time doing something, and you feel like that you have bigger dreams, bigger things, and bigger goals to follow. Okay, bigger dreams to chase. Right now, you realize that nothing is going to come out of here. Nothing. It's just going to be the same. Yeah, you can stay right here, but you're not producing anything. You can stay here and not produce anything and just be overworking yourself. A lot of action for nothing. A lot of movement and not going anywhere. Okay, just on a treadmill. You're doing all this movement, but you're staying in the same spot. For some of you guys, are also staying at a place. You're letting other people trick you into staying small. You're letting other people project their fears on you and trick you into staying small. I feel like if you've been trying to open a business or expand a business or expand or learn more in spirituality or love, someone is trying to keep you small because they're afraid. Okay? Don't respond because it's not real, because it's out of fear, and fear is not real. Okay? Fear is definitely not real. Somebody is definitely projecting their fears on you. All right. You have connectivity, no separation, the feeling state. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you will reach your desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projecting, okay? And so naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer of your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, or connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels that you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works. But know this, what's in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Take your focus. Okay, so take your focus of getting at an end goal. I talked about this before. And how do you want to feel in life? Life is all about feelings. Do you want to feel free? Do you want to feel at peace? Do you want to feel loved? Do you want to feel desired? Do you want to feel creative? Do you want to feel like you have power? What is it that you want to feel? Because right now, you have all these possibilities and you're chasing after some type of stature, some type of badge, or some type of accolades. You're searching that, when right now the things that you're doing to get it, nothing is growing here. All you've been chasing some type of status, and it hasn't been getting you anywhere. Start chasing the feelings. Start chasing feeling complete or feeling full. That's what I meant to say. Feeling full and feeling whole. Okay, it's not about where you go, it's about how you feel. Some people want to feel at peace, and some people, believe it or not, some people will leave a job that has a better salary to go for a lower one just to feel peace. And just because you feel peace and you're vibrating off that frequency, you can attract so many things to you. I feel like some of you guys are realizing that the work you've put in somewhere isn't getting you anywhere, and it's time for you to go back to the drawing board. It's time for you to rearrange this whole thing. Rearrange your whole mind around it. Okay, now you have the crown games. Leadership, responsibility, accountability, the right use of power. There's a game of power played by all people, whether they're conscious of it or not. It concerns who has it and who doesn't. How to get more of it and not to lose that which you have. How to wield it wisely and not to get drunk with it and cause harm. There are matters you need to ponder now that you find yourself in the crown game too. You want to be on top, the best, the most effective, the most beloved. You may discover that your deep desire to help others is disguising the underpinnings of this complex game. Power and all it entails can be both dangerous and productive, destructive and redemptive. Which will it be for you? Can you forgive without condoning and keep your dignity when challenged? Will you be accountable, amendable to change or make amends? Can you let go of your need to rescue others, lead with humility while letting others discover their way home? Now you're learning that empowerment comes with a price and a sacrifice of sovereignty. This is a time to pick your battles, use strategy, and temper your reactions. You have the power to make a beautiful difference on behalf of others. Can you see power as a currency that you must spend judiciously? True power is stewarded wisely, for it is given from the divine, not from the ego. Oh, that's so crazy. Then you have the divine feminine at the bottom of the deck, the cosmic web, understanding that you are changing. You are changing into something beautiful. You may not know what that is, but you're open and receptive to it. You're letting the universe work through you. It's almost like that hollow bone. It's emptying up space, freeing up space so that the universe can blow its wind through you and work through you. For some of you guys, you feel this change coming on. You don't quite know what it is, but you know that it's beautiful and you know that it feels good. For some of you guys, you're realizing that a lot of your activity has been through the self. It's been through yourself, your ego. And now you're getting to a place, you're getting to a higher level of spirituality where you realize that that is getting you nowhere. Nothing is growing in that garden, okay? And you have limit possibility. You do have the ability to help a lot of people here. But you have to think about the feeling. What feeling do you want to convey? Instead of what status? Does status even matter? Does it really matter to you? Or do you want to convey some type of feeling? Does your peace matter? Does love matter? Does power matter? Okay? For some of you guys, you're realizing that you don't have to rescue others. And some of us, we think like, oh, I just want to rescue this person. I just want to rescue. A lot of that comes from your ego. A lot of that comes from, let me do something good so this person can look at me in a certain type of light. A lot of it has something to do with yourself. So some of you guys could have been in a position of power, or you're noticing your own power. How are you going to use it? Are you going to use it from strictly yourself? Or you're going to step outside of yourself and become selfless. Like it has nothing to do with your ego, your image, anything. You're just doing it just cause. Okay? Just cause. Okay? Let's get into this reading. Okay? I did get a new deck. I got the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. I see a lot of readers using this deck, and it is so pretty. It's so pretty. Just making sure everything is turned the right way. Okay. So for a couple of the ones, I may use read a couple readings from the book, because sometimes the book is just a little bit different. From how the readings are normally. So let's get into this reading for Libras. I'm going to be clarifying these oracle cards for you guys so you get a better view of what to do in the now. If any of that resonated with you, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And I would drop everything up under. Did I knock my... Okay. Let's see. The Star. Wishing on a star. You got the Empress, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands. Okay. I feel like some of you guys are praying. You want to get to a certain place. You're hoping to get to a certain place. You're hoping to travel to a certain place. Okay, you're hoping to journey somewhere. For some of you guys, you're leaving something behind. You could be walking away from a job, walking away from a relationship, walking away from a friendship, walking away from a business partnership. You're walking away from something that you're realizing that something doesn't serve you anymore. Let's see. Stars in the sky. Tell me about stars in the sky for Libra. What messages do we have for stars in the sky? The Four of Cups. Yes. You're bored where you are. You're bored here. You're tired here. You're wondering, is there something else? Is there something else? There must be something else. And yet this cup is being offered to you right in front of you. You're looking in the wrong direction. Okay? For some of you guys, you're just bored. You're bored with it. You got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You don't see that something you've been waiting for is about to come. You don't see something that you've been waiting for is about to come to you with this Knight of Pentacles. Tell me more about... Here we have it. Got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so here it is. You got the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so right now, with this Pentacle, here, this Five of Pentacles, some of you guys, you go from this feeling of feeling bored to feeling like you're losing, like you're lost in a sense. Okay, like you're lost, like you don't have enough, like you're left out in the cold, like you're alone. Okay, then there's a new beginning with this Ace of Wands. I feel like getting to that desperation or that feeling of just feeling like I'm so lost, I need to find something. You end up finding something. You end up realizing that something was right in front of your face. Okay, this brings on a new beginning. All right. And then now you're on to the journey. Now you're headed in a direction and you know exactly where you want to go. At first you didn't know where you want to go. Let's see. Stars in the sky. Yep. King of Pentacles. You go from being bored and not interested and not looking at what's right in front of you, just feeling like that there has to be more. Have you ever been in a feeling where you go to a place or you go to a job or you're in a relationship where you're like, Lord, it got to be more to it than this. This can't be the end all be all. Like, some of you guys just find yourselves functioning, like just functioning. I was just talking about riding home. Have you ever realized when you ride home, if you're driving, you weren't really conscious on the ride home. You just know exactly which ways to go. For some of you guys, this is what you've been doing in your relationships or your career because you're bored. Nothing is exciting anymore. Okay, you go from feeling like this with this Four of Cups energy to getting on the right path. For some of us, we need those moments of pausing, of when things just feel like you're in like a loop and you're in like a blur. Sometimes we need those times to think, rearrange the plan, okay? Then at the bottom of the deck, you got the Hierophant. There's a higher commitment here. There's also a lot of wisdom. I feel like this is higher level of spirituality. This is you becoming at peace for some reason. Tell me more about Empty Well for Libra. Knight of Wands. Doing a lot. That's the Knight of Wands for you. Just doing a lot of nothing. A lot of moving around for nothing. Okay? Just a lot of just going here, going there. Just doing a lot for nothing. For some of you guys, you could have been in a relationship with a person who was not committed to you. But this is just a lot of moving around. For some of you guys, this was you exploring a lot of things. For some of you guys, you weren't really trying to grow anything. You were just trying to explore and see how things were going to be. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Star. For some of you guys, you don't see how what you desire can come out of this empty well. It's not out of the empty well because there's nothing there. But it's being in the plate of pausing. Of realizing that nothing's growing, nothing's happening, all this movement didn't get me nowhere. It's realizing that pause. It's that pause. It's that divine pause that makes you rearrange things. It makes you go back and rewrite. Tell me more about Empty Well for Libra. Page of Wands here. A new idea. You got this knight falling around, right? You got this knight coming around, going everywhere. Then there's an unexpected opportunity. I feel like it's an unexpected opportunity. You've been looking in the wrong direction, moving in the wrong direction, and then you're hit with the unexpectedness, the freshness. This could be a phone call. This could also be a visit, but this is good news for you. At the bottom of at the bottom of the deck, you got the Magician. You don't see how something is going to come out of it. For some of you guys, with this I just seen, you could be having fun doing what you're doing. You're used to doing what you're doing. You know exactly how to do it, what you're doing. You could be very skilled at doing what you're doing. And this coming here from this page, because coming from the Knight to the page, that's taking a step back. That's trusting again. That's not just going, just going all wild and, exploring. This is going with someone else's idea. That takes a lot of trust here. You don't see the power in it. You don't see how this sets you up. How this puts you in a position of power. Also how it puts you in this position of confidence. It puts you in a position of pure knowing. Now you're skilled. You don't see how this gives you more skills. So for somebody, this may be someone younger. Somebody younger may hold the keys for you, or may have that type of advice that gets you to be like, don't look at people in forms of age or experience. So this may be somebody who's inexperienced or don't have enough experience as you. And you feel like you know it all because you've been a lot of places. But this person is inexperienced and they have this idea, or they have this way, or whatever it is. It takes a lot of trust to do that, because that is a step back. Okay, tell me more about Jude Webb. Got the Six of Cups and the Tower. Oh, with the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so chasing a feeling. With this Six of Cups here, and you have this Tower card, I feel like the feeling that you're trying to chase comes from childhood, okay? A feeling that you're trying to chase could come from a painful ending during childhood, some type of childhood trauma. For some of you guys, I did a question on shadow work, okay? I just did a question on shadow work. Let me get it. And that shadow work had me fucking crying like a baby. Let me go to my Instagram. If you're interested in shadow work, definitely follow me on Instagram or follow me in the community. We did just get to day 21, and 21 days to form a habit. So you can feel free to go through. I have all the days up on my Instagram. Also, you can find it in the community on YouTube. But we just did shadow work, okay? And it says, what's the worst character trait you have as a result of your childhood? Okay? I feel like that has a lot to do with this. For some of you guys, you're realizing how things stem. How you were trying to get some type of accolades. You were doing a lot of work trying to prove yourself to get this certain achievement, or be this person, so people would look at you a certain type of way. And all of this is stemming from your childhood. It's stemming from a painful ending that happened at your child while you were a child, or some type of divine intervention, something like that happened as a child. A lot of you guys, this could be a time of reminiscing, a time of grieving for you guys. You're reminiscing on the past. For some of you guys, you're reminiscing on some type of past hurts, and you're realizing that you did a lot of everything, a lot of nothing, a lot of movement. Because the Knight of Wands explores, and sometimes it doesn't get them anywhere, but what it does is it gives them a lot of information, a lot of insight, the ability to connect with others because they've seen a lot. So once you realize what's not producing in your life, what's not growing in your life, and you actually begin to connect the two from the Tower, the Six of Cups here, this breathes new life. This was all connected for you. The journey was all connected for you. It was designed to get you to this place where you can start piecing things together. So you can truly get to the core of it all. And the core of it all is, how do you want to feel through your life? How do you want to feel in your career? How do you want to feel in your relationships? How do you want to feel when you're alone? It's not about chasing a certain status or an income or, a label. It's not about what other people, the outside, because that is all outside validation. It's about validating yourself within, validating your own feelings within, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we got the Knight of Swords here. So a lot of you guys are trying to prove yourself. I feel like for some of you guys, it may not resonate with you guys, but this could be a boss or something that may feel they have to prove themselves to you, or you may feel you have to prove themselves. You may feel you have to prove yourself to them. Okay? It could also be a boss. I can also see some type of competition here as well. Both people are trying to run to the end goal, trying to hurry up and run on the bike, try to get on the road, get some type of show on the road. Okay. Let me go through, and matter of fact, let me get my black message cards. For you guys. Okay. Tell me more about Stars in the Sky, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. What message do we have for Libra? Okay, it's divine timing. Like everything was designed to get you to this point. Divine timing. You get there on the right time. You realize at the right time that something's not working, something's not growing, it's just not happening. It's not working for you. You realize it at the right time. This is divine timing. You lost nothing. So don't think of it like you lost nothing. What you gained was experiences. But you realize something's not growing. Okay? Tell me more about Empty Wheel, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Empty Wheel, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands for Libra. Clear blue skies. Safe travels. Fast travels. A great transition. For some of you guys, you're going to be transitioning into going back to the drawing board, or coming back to a more stable place, not exploring, or going back to falling in love with what you used to do. Going back to that freedom and that passion. I feel like now there's some type of clarity when you go back. So it's going to be like nothing's lost. Everything is going to flow together. It's going to be like an ebb and flow. Tell me more about the Tower, the Six of Cups, and the Jeweled Web for Libra. In the presence of my enemies. Being blessed in the presence of my enemies. Six of Cups is also happiness, connectivity, understanding all things are connected. I feel like a lot of you guys are healing. You got children. Children here. Some of you guys could be wanting to have children, some type of connecting with children. The Six of Cups represents children. It's a child right here. For some of you guys, the divine definitely used this. For some of you guys, there were people in your life that brought you back to some type of childhood memory when something ended. And all this was trying to get you to do was to realize that there is nothing growing out of here. To realize that you need to get out of this web, or out of this well. That there are other things for you to do. And in the presence of your enemies, there's a cup overflowing. There's a table prepared in the midst of your enemies. So I feel like you guys are preparing a table in the presence of your enemies. Okay? All of this could have happened in the presence of your enemies. Your enemies seen you not doing enough, not doing anything. And then your enemies are definitely going to see you go around, go back to the drawing board. It's going to almost look like you took a step back, okay? Then flourish. So all of this was divine timing for you. Somebody need to get some popcorn because it's going down in the presence of your enemies, okay? Oh, yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.